Alright, guys, as I was thinking of any other content to do other than DBA, because I feel like how many of my last videos have just been about DBA, the same freaking draft league. But the last week of the regular season, we've been in this for 9 whole weeks, like time has gone really, really quick. And coincidentally, I'm still recording on my birthday. It's my birthday today. So, yeah, let's hopefully see if we can maintain the undefeated streak in the draft league where I don't play a single game and my butler has to use my team to victory. But yeah, we're 8-0, probably the most unprecedented thing they've probably ever seen, but who knows, there's been 3 seasons of DBA, maybe there's been someone that has a better record than me in the regular season, I don't know. But yeah, let's look over the team and all of that good stuff. If you guys enjoy this video, leave a like down below and subscribe to the channel for more content. My voice sounds different, like I've been out for like an hour, it's like 10. Why does it always come out in the morning? Like, let me chill before I start like my day with just Pokemon. But anyway, this week's opponent is suboptimal. And yeah, let's just look at the drafts and all that. Now, the first thing I noticed about Suboptimal's draft, hopefully you guys can see it. I think I zoomed out anyway. But yeah, so he has a bunch of threats, a lot of really offensive threats. Melmetal, Spectria, Dam, Mega Pinsir, all of those really dangerous Pokemon. But at the same time, I have Iron Bundle, and like we all know, Iron Bundle has no solid switchings ever, really, unless you want to start drafting Lapras or Warrior. And even then, if Iron Bundle was somehow my Terra Captain, then it would have just been wraps anyway. But yeah, obviously Iron Bundle's a mon that I have to bring. I brought it every single week. Same thing with Dragonite. These two mons are the offensive swords on my team. You get me? Like, I'm not going into battle without dual wielding these guys. Like, it's just how it is. In terms of what else looks good, obviously I have to try and find a way of making sure Melmetal doesn't get out of hand. So obviously I have to do a Great Tusk probably this game. And Great Tusk also handles Darmanitan to a certain extent. That mon still hits very, very hard. It's a very underrated Pokemon, I must say, but it does hit very hard. Yeah. Does not handle Mega Pinta, however, though, since Great Tusk is weak to flying. But we have other checks for that. We have Mega Aggron. If I'm able to get up at Iron Defense, it's just wraps. I'm not gonna lie. You get up at Iron Defense and like Melmetal doesn't kill you down, can't even 2 KO you. If you go up at Iron Defense, it's just how bulky Mega Aggron is. And I look at this game now that I'm able to use Hisuian Typhlosion. I'm like, Choice Scarf Hisuian Typhlosion goes absolutely insane here. Like he has Hatterene, which is Ghost Weak, Spectra, which is Ghost Weak, Melmetal, which is weak to fire, Golurk is also Ghost Weak, and Eruption's a very spammable move. It's just a shame that I can't necessarily run like something like Hidden Power Grass. No, to be fair, Hisuian Typhlosion doesn't even get Hidden Power. But things like Rotom, which I know will probably come in, and Knuckle Stack, which Loki just walls Typhlosion. But we have ways around that. Like Melmetal and Knuckle Stack are both his Terra Captains, but he has to only Terra one of these guys. So yeah. But overall, I say it's a hard matchup. It's always hard to prep. Like I always find myself as the weeks went on, it's just like I'm facing harder teams. But like it really just goes to show that my draft is able to do certain things. Now, I was not expecting Excelgor to come. Like every other thing was in the realm of possibility, but I just had a feeling, nah, this Excelgor mon isn't coming. It is pretty fast. It's faster than Bundle, but yeah, it's still Excelgor at the end of the day. I do like the mon, but it's not that good. But either way, let's look at the team and see what I actually decided to bring in week 9. Now, the first mon, or the first 2 mons again, these are my 2 swords. Denji and the Dragon Knight. I cannot go into battle without these guys. There's not really a bad time when these guys are bad. I did go Hydro Pump Iron Bundle. There's really no other set you want to go on this. Like, you could have argued a non-choice set because like it's more prediction relying on my battler, but it's a skill to have prediction in Pokemon. So just predict right and get kills. Freeze Dry hits Rotom Wash, and otherwise, like unless they Terra, like what's their water resist saying? Like maybe they go a type that resists water on Knuckle Stack, but they still have to Terra the Knuckle Stack. And even then, I doubt it's a type that's going to resist ice unless it's water. And if it is water, you just get freeze dried on something else. So like if you're able to swap out and click freeze dry, so Knuckle stack, everything just that time bundle. We have Terra normal D Knight here with Dragon Dance and Substitute. Substitute because Will-O-Wisp is a thing from Rotom Wash or T-Wave. I kind of don't want to get hit by status. E-Speed is good, and Earthquake, like normal ground, pretty much hits everything on his team. That's why I went it. And, E-Speed's nice for the priority, outspeed things like Mega Pinsir. You probably Oko Dharm at +1. I'm not gonna lie, that one has no defense. Same thing probably applies to Superior, but there's never anything wrong with Terra normal E-Speed Dragon. I was really suffering on what Terra type I could go, but I just decided Terra normal sub would work, because like whatever type I went, there was always something standing in my way. Like you could argue I go Terra Grass to hit Rotom because that mon is bulky enough to live like most of Dragonite's attacks if it's not super effective. But at the same time, Terra Grass loses to Quick Attack, Mega Pinsir loses to Scarf Down Manitan. Like Terra Grass was not the angle, and that's Rotom's only weakness. I was like, if it's not Terra Grass, then I have to think of another type, and I was like, I just go Terra normal. Not much I can really do about that. This is a defensive Great Tusk. Probably the first time I ever really have to run defensive Great Tusk like this, but I do need to check to Melmetal to a certain extent. Could have argued I'd go Rocky Helmet, which I probably should have gone Rocky Helmet in hindsight, actually, to punish Melmetal. But I think I valued passive recovery a little bit more. Plus, I have Mega Aggron as well. Like, it wasn't really too big, but maybe I could have definitely punished like Dalmanitan switch-ins, which now that I'm seeing in hindsight, well, it is what it is. They went into the game. We have Hisuian Typhlosion, like I mentioned. Frisk, like realistically, I don't really need Blaze. Like Frisk, at least like the battler can scout what items things are, so that's kind of helpful for them. Anything to help out the battler have an easier time. That's why Frisk is actually kind of cool here. Shame it's not Flash Fire though. I would have just switched into Dharm. Maybe if they don't click EQ or whatever, like this would have been nice. And then we have Galarian Moltres. This is not a mon I brought very often in this season, but I did feel like it had a place here. It's somewhat bulky enough to take certain hits and then hit back really hard. You just have to pray that Hurricane lands when it needs to land, but arguably could have said, I could have gone Air Slash. But it's probably my secondary Spectre check as well, because I know that one's definitely being brought. But yeah, let's see how this game went, and maybe we actually kept the 9-0. Let's see. Okay, so we're in the game now, and I'm honestly surprised they didn't bring Hattoon. I suppose Hattoon really had no business coming against such a Dark Ghost dominated draft. But okay, I mean, this is what their draft is in general. Like overall, it's a weird team to look at. Like you just see like 3 offensive guys, and then like Melmetal and Knuckle stack, and that I knew the Knuckle stack was coming because ironically it's a very good mon. Like it actually is good. Like Garganacl, like if you didn't have Salt Kill, the mon wouldn't be relevant. But for 2 points with Salt Kill, Eviolite, and Terra Potential, basically kind of does the same thing as Garganacl. But yeah, either way, Spectre is dangerous. Everything's dangerous at this rate. But yeah, I'm expecting like a Spadef Knuckle stack of something, because like Spadef Knuckle stack would handle Typhlosion pretty well. Even Eruption wouldn't be doing too much. Probably get the free hit KO potentially. I don't know how bulky this thing's special bulk is, but Eviolite does add to that. But yeah, Spectre is dangerous, of course, but my Iron Bundle is naturally faster than that. Like I say in previous games, there's actually nothing wrong with leading off with Iron Bundle, but at the same time, say they lead off with Spectre or even Dharm, I wouldn't personally risk it, and they could keep on momentum with the Scarf Down Manitan lead, so you could arguably go like Great Tusk lead first, because if they don't lead off with Rotom or Superior, you kind of are at an advantage with that. So I suppose it's either a Great Tusk or Iron Bundle. Like as long as you get a Rocks, like sure he has 2 Defoggers, but yeah, it should be fine. But let's see what they lead off with. At the end of the day, I'm not going to be too upset if we lose this one. Again, 8-1 is still a disgusting record in regular season, so I'm not really going to be too sad about that. It just depends on how the game is played, where I'll obviously have like critiques and stuff. Like if my battler did not play good, I'll obviously say that. But at the end of the day, I don't really mind if I lose. But if I do win, that's obviously good. So they actually did lead off with Iron Bundle. I think it's like the first person to like actually lead off with Iron Bundle, actually, which is actually pretty cool. And now you have the tough option because you could obviously freeze dry and kill this. I doubt they actually buried. That's like such a niche item to run. And obviously, I'm pretty sure this dies to freeze dry. And like realistically, the switching is Melmetal. You could predict that, but maybe it's too early to start predicting. Like flip turn is also a solid mid ground because if they do flip turn, arguably you could just get in Mega Aggron already and start iron defensing. And realistically, they don't do anything about that. But yeah, I don't know if my battler acknowledges that Aggron can move like that, but we'll see. But they do swap out to Melmetal. Yeah, that was the obvious switch, and I probably flip turn was probably better there, I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, because now like you're free. They go Aggron on Serp. I mean, that was a weird double. I guess they anticipate a great task. That's the only reason why you would go Superior here, realistically. But Aggron, that's a fine mid ground actually. But if Melmetal could like EQ, then you were in like some massive danger, I'm not gonna lie. Like as much as Aggron is that bulky guy, its handful weaknesses prior to Mega Evolving just kind of peak. So you obviously do get off the Mega here. They do Taunt. Heavy Slam does come out to a Q Superior, that's pretty solid. They go Rotom Wash. Body Press there was a good switch and does some decent damage to Rotom. Now, are they leftovers? Yes, they are leftovers. And you go Moltres Galar here on the Will-O-Wisp, and yeah, obviously Moltres does not care about Will-O-Wisp because it's a special attacker. But Melmetal comes out, and by the way they're playing it, I don't know if agility was the play. I argue Nasty Plot was better there. Like, what are you agility-ing for exactly? Either way, there's no business staying in on this, to be fair. So you do go Great Task on the Double Iron Bash. 37 is kind of ridiculous, I'm not gonna lie, but that's just Melmetal for you. Can't really argue that. If they went Terra Flying on the knockoff, they were Assault Vest, and Ice Beam does come out and we get frozen. I mean that happens, I suppose. But we do 4 out of turn 1 instantly, bro. This luck is insane, man. This luck is insane. But Melmetal's special attack stat is like 80, so Ice Beam is actually valid. But at least you kind of know that they had outs for Great Task, which Ice Beam can't say I ever anticipated under any circumstance. But they defog and you stay in there actually as you go for the Body Press and kill Serp. So that's actually a good trade. Rocks, like realistically, you don't need rocks this game. Spectra comes out. They do Draining Kiss. I guess you just keep that alive, I suppose. But so they go Typhlosion, Hisui. They are choice specs. Frisk. This is why Frisk is insane. Shadow Ball, Spadef drop. Now they Terra their Melmetal, which means Knuckle Stack. Like they don't really have any Hydro switchings. So Aggron comes out on the Knuckle Stack. They do set up the Stealth Rocks. Iron Defense makes an appearance, and they do Silk Cure, which is gonna do 25% Mega Aggron. Please tell me they Heavy Slam. Yeah, thank you. That was nice. Now, this thing is getting chipped down bears, and we do have Moltres with the heavy duty boots to somewhat handle Spectria, which is why it's here. Like, knowing that thing is choice specs, I'm telling you guys, bro, why is this guy constantly agility and like, there's no reason to, like, I'm so confused. Like, you don't lose anything from Fiery Wrathing. Like, I don't know why you're trying to end game with this. Like, the whole point of this mon is not to end game. Fiery Wrath does do that. They do crit me there, or they do crit the Vultures, which is quite unfortunate. But we play around that, of course. Now, they could sub on the Will-O-Wisp, and yep, they do. Now it's just DD time, I suppose. So DD, Volt Switch does not even break the sub. This is crazy. Terra Normal comes out. E-Speed does 39 to Melmetal. But yeah, so cool, that happened. E-Speed, we are faster than Spectria. I made sure this was the case. EQ does that much to Knuckle Stack. They body press and kill me, which is a shame. I don't know, my battle is playing very aggressively, which is fine at the end of the day. but now they kind of just lose to Dom, I guess. So that comes out Flare Blitz. Yeah, because this is like guaranteed scarfed. Like, I'm very convinced this is scarfed. Yeah, as Frisk does decide to come out. So Rotom comes in. If they don't click Volt Switch here, they choked. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, I know I lose this because I have to win the speed tag against Dharm and like crit this thing. And I think this is like, yeah, so that happens. Okay, yeah, I have issues with this game now actually, but I mean, at the end of the day, I don't really mind losing, but now my battler was clicking the wrong buttons too many times. Like, I don't understand why you kept agility in. Like, please, cool. So like everything was off to a good start. Like, you could argue you just flipped turn there. Like, there's no reason to, like, you know they're swapping out. You just know they're swapping out. But so that was like a 2-0 diff. Like, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. But so this was fine. That was fine. They taunt you heavy slam. Like, this was fine. Like, there was no issue with. There was mostly no issues with the early game. Like, you even got that read right, which is completely like fine. And then Moltres Gala comes out. You Will-O-Wisp that. That's fine. That's fine. Like, I have no issues with these like games. So like, arguably, you don't like. Maybe I should not put agility on this because clearly you're clicking it for no reason at all. Like, every time Moltres was in and forced something out, you even nasty plotted. Like, you should click nasty plot on any of those turns, and it would have been better than doubling your speed. Like, this was obviously Assault Vest Melmetal. Like, I could just tell from Team Preview this was like Assault Vest Melmetal. But you go on to Great Tusk here, which obviously this is checking, and I'm like, fine, yeah, this is also just fine. Because like, you don't EQ that in case it's you know, thing, the freeze happens, like irrelevant hacks really. Like, the hacks is irrelevant because you fooled out. You know, instantly. So you go the rocks, and Serp decides to defog, which this is a really good trade. Like, you're up right now. You're up right now. So that happens, and Spectro comes in, and you just sack it. In case they're sub, you probably just stay in a knockoff, which I would have done the same as well. So Grimnate comes out. You go Typhlosion Hisui to scout its item, which is why Frisk is here. Like, this is actually pretty good. So that happens. They go Knuckle Stack. I would have. And definitely doubled around. Like, that's the problem. Like, you need to play, like, you're playing aggressively in the wrong ways, where in terms of this, like, you have to analyze what they have. Like, they obviously have Knuckle Stack for this. Like, it was such an easy predict where Iron Bundle could come out and then you Hydro Pump. Like, Rotom is not appreciating Hydro Pump or just doing anything. Like, there's many obvious plays like that can be made. So Aggron comes in, which is fine at the end of the day, because you actually just start iron defensing, and you know, they can't do anything about that. And yeah, Solkyo comes out, and obviously this thing is weak to heavy slam, so like, you heavy slam the Spectre switch, and boom, like, Spectre is at 18, which makes you in a pretty good situation. You have Galarian Moltres, which rules Spectria pretty well, is the reason why I have it. And then instead of actually attacking you, agility again. And I'm so baffled why you keep agility in. Like, why? it's so confusing. Like Moltres is not there to outspeed everything. Moltres is there to, like, because Dharm is already looking bad in the late game. Like, Aggron's at 50, Iron Bundle's outsped, and like, Dragonite can still try and revenge kill, but there was no reason to agility at all. No reason. No reason. You Fiery Wrath for sure. And now the thing is, you get crit here, which I guess does matter. This did matter. Like, Rotom was going to die basically, but yeah, like, you get the sub, which is good because you sub. You DD. Like, realistically, you should have DD twice. Like, you definitely should have DD twice on you know, Melmetal, cause like, you definitely just DD. I don't know why you didn't. If you DD twice, you would have just won this game. So like, Violet's choking is fair. It's fair enough. Like this is such an easily won game when I look at this now, and this choke is insane. Oh my! Like, I'm actually deep in it. You could have freaking DD twice on Melmoth and killed it. Like, That's number one. That's a lack of calcing, and number two, that is just not understanding the assignment. Now I have to watch that game back properly now, because like I saw the agility in Moltres, which was the most unnecessary play that you could have ever made, and then you don't DD twice on Melmetal, who obviously double iron bash breaks your sub, but you're only taking one actual hit from it, and then you kill it with E-speed. Like, fairs. So that happened. 2-0. It could have been worse, like, for sure. I'll obviously let my thoughts be known, but we're still first seed, like, at the end of the day. So, well, thank you for my battlers that got me the 8 and like 1. By the way, like, thanks for getting me 8 wins. Like, because you guys understood the assignment. Maybe 1 or 2 of you did not, but like, that is yeah. I mean, I'm still satisfied. I'm first seed. I instantly get into semi-finals. Like, if we even look at the schedule, like, I'm literally right here. So hopefully my battlers don't choke it there, but I think it's been a good run for me. So yeah, I want to thank you guys for staying with us for 9 weeks of DBA, and there will be more because we're in playoffs. So you guys will see how I'm doing in that. I want to thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.